we going, guys? Mickey Up Cartel back with another kick-ass beer review. Tonight I'm going to review the Bad Shepherd Sticky Date Stout by Jazz of All Trades. Brew Series number 11 in a 355ml can. Not my favourite size vessel. When will the breweries listen? 7.5% ABV, 20 IBUs, 2.1 standard drinks. These guys hail out of Cheltenham, Victoria. Certified independent. Jazz is a pretty much an all-rounder type girl within the Bad Shepherd Brewing Company line of employees. Jazz is our go-to girl, has been behind the bar and in front of it, in the brewery, in the warehouse, and out on the road delivering tinnies and kegs all around Melbourne. But it turns out Super Jazz has a weakness: Dickie's Date Pudding. Fortunately for us, this Kiwi's favourite sweet treat makes an awesome dessert beer. Creamy and full of body with rich, indulgent butterscotch caramel tones and just a hint of vanilla. It's not your average stout, but Jazz isn't your average wahine. Brew Crew series, what could possibly happen when you hand the keys of the brewery to one of the team? A lot of awesomeness, it turns out. Beers that tell a person's story, beers that taste great, and the beers that have not led to an explosion or lawsuit. That's what the Brew Crew series is all about. Brew Crew series number 11 once again, 355ml can. This is the Sticky Date Stout from Bad Shepherd. Got a great aroma coming off it. Nice dark colour. Nice one finger head, quite creamy. Mocha in colour, the head. Yeah, smells of sticky date pudding. That sickly sort of sticky date sort of aroma. Flavours, hint of vanilla. The vanilla coming through quite well. It's almost like a vanilla bourbon barrel beer. Has some real warmth to it. The aroma brings sort of a warmth across. That aroma sort of brings, obviously warming to the core. For a beer to do that, it's going to have a lot of flavour, I feel, and it gets those senses going that normally trigger things like warmth, where you get with the aroma that comes from different spirits, rums and whiskey blends and stuff like that. So it's got a really good aroma. I have to apologise. The Source Brewing Company beers that I thought I'd done the whole series of 3 of the barrel aged, I still actually have one in the fridge, and I've got ahead of myself, and I might have been thinking that I've done the 3 because I actually done the Mismatch Brewing Company's Beanley rum can, and I just somehow thought that I'd done all 3 of them. So there is another one of those coming from Source Brewing Company, as well as their Imperial Stout, non-barrel aged Imperial Stout that they released in the same series. Anyway, let's see how this tastes. Oh yeah. Yeah. It does come across quite bourbony. Sweet. Does have that dessert stout flavour about it. The whole sticky date pudding sort of flavour there with the hot sauce that you can get with the sticky date puddings. Certainly very roasty. Certainly would pair quite well with maybe a sort of a coffee dessert, a coffee slice, coffee and vanilla slice. Something with a little bit less sweetness about it. The sweetness is here within this beer, so I'm trying to think of a dessert that would actually pair quite well. I wouldn't pair it with sticky date pudding, but it would go quite well with something else that is a little bit off the other side of the sweetness scale. That would really make this beer really pop. If not eating any sort of dessert with it, and you had to have this as a pastry slash dessert beer after a main meal, I'd probably put it in there with something savoury, like a solid beef and mushroom lasagna or some sort of pie. This would actually quite easily put me in relaxation mode after a solid meal like that. It's got everything there. It does what it says on the can. It's all sticky date, a little bit of roast. Most certainly the dominating flavour is that sticky date. It's not sort of artificial in flavour. It comes across like they've actually put some sticky date sort of ingredients into this particular beer. Made it quite solid. Flavours are developing, changing as it gets warmer. It was definitely more prominent in the beginning. As it warms up, it's starting to taper off a little bit, and more of that roastiness, sort of coffee and vanilla flavours come through. Anyway, that's the Bad Shepherd Sticky Date Stout by Jazz. Cheers.